my name is Scott Garrett, and this is my art history video presentation. I've decided to do my video presentation on a painting by Claude Monet. Actually, it's not just a single painting, it's the series that he did of the Rouen Cathedral, Monet's Rouen Cathedral series of paintings. All of the paintings that he did in oil. That was the medium that Monet used in all of his paintings. And this particular series of paintings that he did was from 1892 until 1894. So that was a 2-year period of paintings that he did, all with the subject matter that being the Rouen Cathedral. The Rouen Cathedral is a Roman Catholic cathedral located in northwestern France in a city called Rouen, which is where it gets its name from. So like I said, the subject matter of the painting is the Rouen Cathedral. But more than that, the painting isn't of the cathedral itself. This series of paintings, Monet, instead, the focus is on a study in light. So it's a series of paintings, and each painting that Monet did, he shows how the light affected the cathedral during certain times of the day. He has overcast, he has sunny, sunset, sunrise. He just went out at different times of the day, pretty much the same exact spot where he was located, to paint the cathedral. And you can see that in all of his paintings, that it was basically just a study of light. Rather than have a classical form showing the cathedral very rendered and proportioned and everything, although he maintains the proportions of the cathedral and you're able to see that it is this particular cathedral in the painting, although he uses loose brushstrokes like all the Impressionists did, you see that the focus is on the light in these paintings, because there is a vast majority of differences within all of these different paintings that he did, studying the light and how it affected the surface of this cathedral in different times of the day. And this was both innovative and typical of his time. It was typical in the fact that he did what all Impressionists did during this time. He used a lot of color, he used loose brushstrokes to show form, and rather than having a specific subject, usually their subjects were just things that people would see every day. It wasn't like a studio setup and having the lighting perfect how they wanted it. They didn't use classical forms of painting. Rather, they used the brush, like Monet did and like other Impressionists did, and they used loose brushstrokes to show the form. And they used a lot of color to show how light affected surfaces, how light would affect the world around them. And Monet was one of the leading artists in the Impressionist movement. We give him a lot of credit for what the Impressionists did. He has a lot of famous works of art. He showed the effects of light in his compositions. He's still studied today and is known as one of the master artists, and specifically that of the Impressionist era. Like I said, he used an intense amount of colors in his paintings, including his paintings of the Rouen Cathedral, of which I'm talking about, and the loose strokes were used to show the form. I had an opportunity this semester in one of my other classes to do a master copy painting of a painter of my choice, and Monet is one of my favorite painters. And I chose to do one of his other paintings. It was a study of a girl in a field. And as you can see, he used a lot of colors in his painting. I was able to get up close to the painting and see all the different brushstrokes and all the different colors he used in the woman, in the field, in the sky, it was amazing for me to be able to see all of those and to see how Impressionists worked. It's nothing that I ever really paid attention to before then. I always admired the paintings that the Impressionists were able to produce, but being able to replicate his painting and then make my own version of it, it was awesome being able to see how they used light, how they used color to show the effects of light in our world. And Monet's work and the work of other Impressionists was very modern for their time. Rather than submitting their work to the Salon work that was more classical, and they broke free of that. They wanted to show how the world was in a different light. And Monet did this in all of his paintings through his Impressionist form of painting. And rather than, like I said, showing a more classical composure with showing religious figures or having a professional studio look, he is part of the Impressionist movement, just showed everyday lifestyle things that you would see every day in nature and people's lives, just different scenes. And he would express that through color in his brushstrokes. A lot of people thought that the Impressionist movement was very unfinished, like their works that they produced looked like sketches, and it just had the impression of a painting, like if they developed it more it would be complete. But that's not what the Impressionists were going for. And I feel like it was important, this time period, because it gave, like Monet and all the other Impressionists, they gave a strong foundation for the post-Impressionists to be able to produce their work, and one of those being Van Gogh. I feel like Monet did have a strong influence towards the post-Impressionist movement, because the post-Impressionists, they maintained the same use of intense color and even amped that up, and they wanted to be even more expressive in the subject matter and in their brushstrokes. And we see that in all of Van Gogh's work. He was very exaggerated in everything, and there was a deep meaning to everything that he painted. And so this was my video presentation on Claude Monet and his paintings on the Rouen Cathedral. We're able to see in all of his stuff that he was very expressive with the use of colors and light, and showing that light affects surfaces and that we can express that in a lot of different ways. And this is why it was innovative and typical for his time, and why all the works that Monet was able to produce during his lifetime contributed to the world of art and the art that would come after him, and that we're able to break free from things and see things in a new light and be able to always see things in a new way.